Hello team, Gavin here from Growing Younger, and today's video is a little bit different to what I normally do. So today I'm going to talk about really like how many calories that you burn on a daily basis, how that's divided up in terms of like exercise and food and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to show you the effects that a decreased metabolism has on those numbers. So people with the two common ones are lack of muscle mass, essentially. If you've got less muscle in your body, it burns less calories at rest. Therefore, you have a slow metabolism. Same as thyroid. So thyroids are common we see at Growing Younger, where your thyroid is decreased a little bit, you're on medication, and you actually burn less calories as a result of that. But what I'm going to show to you is that even though you do burn less calories with those conditions, it isn't as much as you think. And I'm going to show you that your lifestyle is a much the way you live your life and exercise and eat and everything else is a much better way to combat those sides of things than just leaving things to chance. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that. So pause that for a second. So this very quick sort of slideshow I've got for you is the Over 40s Guide to Understanding TDEE, Metabolism, Muscle Mass for Effective Weight Loss. So TDE means Total Daily Energy Expenditure, how many calories you burn with you incorporate everything into that. So as we move forward, okay, weight loss formula is always calories in, calories out. Whether or not you like that or not, it's true, okay? But there's a lot of factors that can determine the energy out component. And a lot of the times is that people will say that they can't lose weight like they used to, and they can't eat the same as they did before. And there's a couple of reasons. If you have less muscle on your body, which is sarcopenia or muscle loss, then you're going to burn less calories at rest, okay? But that is always the key. It just means that you have to eat less now than you used to because you have less muscle on your body than you used to, okay? So it is always this equation. And like even with hormones and stuff playing a huge role in this kind of thing, it's kind of small, like it really is. And I'm gonna kind of give you an idea about that now. So hormones on BMR is your basal metabolic rate. Your BMR is literally how many calories that you need to keep the lights on a day-to-day basis. But it's still calories in, calories out. So just because your hormones and stuff in the middle are doing this kind of thing, whether they're slower or faster, it's still calories in, calories out. So if you had a fast metabolism, you could eat more because you're burning more calories because of your fast metabolism. Whereas if it's slower, you're going to use less calories, therefore you need to eat less, right? Or move more, whatever. So thyroid really is an important gland in regulating metabolism. So an underactive thyroid can lead to decreased metabolic rate. So it means your body uses less calories now, okay? Which brings your BMR down, which is your basal metabolic rate. So what it is it varies. Like you could never say 100% what it is, but it's a range of about 100 to 300 calories per day. That is massive, right? So if your thyroid is slower, then it's 300 calories per day that you're not able to burn like you used to. So when you look at that over the course of a week, it could be up to 2,100 calories per week that is now being stored as body fat because your body is not using it well enough, right? So it's quite a lot, quite significant. Obviously, there's a range there as well. So with muscle loss or sarcopenia, and as we get older, age-related muscle loss is, massive, right? Because it affects our function. It decreases our metabolic rate as well because muscle is metabolically active, which basically means you burn calories at rest, okay? And if you've got less muscle on your body, then you're not burning as many calories as you would have done. And reduction of metabolic rate with sarcopenia can range again between 20 and 100 calories per day, depending on where you're at. So although it doesn't seem a lot, like this is go the higher end, like 100 calories a day, 700 calories a week. It's a lot, right? So, and if you don't do anything about this, if you don't seek with a resistance training program to put more muscle back on, then this is going to keep on declining year on year on year. So therefore it might be 100 calories this year, might be 200 calories next year. Okay. So it adds up over time. And that's why middle age spread happens, because really, your body needs less calories than it used to have. Therefore, the rest of the other calories that you eat go on towards body fat. But again, it's just a general overview for today. So what I want to talk to you about really is how like calories, I suppose, or how many calories you burn on a daily basis is your TDE, total daily energy expenditure. And it's basically taken into about 4 categories. So your BMR is something you can't really control that much. It's how many calories you just need to survive, right? Then you've got NEAT, so non-exercise activity. That's all about you know, how much you walk around and move around. So if you're somebody that's very sedentary, then your NEAT is going to be very, very low. TEF, which is thermic effect of feeding. It says how many calories you burn in digestion, which is cool. And then EAT, exercise activity. So it's how many calories you burn from exercise, right? So when you bring it down to, like, say a normal person, say me, right? Normal person based on a 2,000 calorie diet. The way these things are categorized percentage wise is that EAT or exercise activity is only about 5% of your total calories for the day. So, like, based on me, 2,000 calories a day, 100 calories goes towards exercise. Thermic effect of feeding, which is a little bit higher. So 200 calories go from digestion, providing you're eating fiber and protein. And NEAT, non-exercise activity, is about 300 calories. You can see that if you move around a lot more or you do more steps, and you didn't have burn more calories off just by a result of moving around. And your BMR was 70%, which is about 1,400 calories. So if I didn't walk around and I didn't exercise, then, you know, that's 400 calories essentially per day that I'm not using. Therefore, you know, I can't I haven't got that much capacity to eat much extra food. And thermic effect of feeding. So if I wasn't eating protein and fiber, then obviously that would be decreased as well. So as you can see, there's three things I can control. I can control if I exercise, I can control the quality of food that I eat, and I can control if I walk around. So therefore, that gives me 600 extra calories per day that I can kind of use with food, or, you know, having a snack or whatever that is, right? But if I didn't exercise and I didn't walk around, then I can't, you know, eat as much as I think I should be able to eat, right? So when you move across now to things like this, so when I'm going to work on the thyroid example. So this means your decreased metabolism. We already know it's about 200 to 300 calories, or, you know, that we decrease. So it just means now that my total daily calories for the day, whereas it would have been 2,000 and now 1,800. All right. So again, exercise is the same, food's the same, NEAT's the same, but my basal metabolic rate is decreased by a couple hundred calories. So it means that, you know, if all things are equal, I have to eat 200 calories less per day to combat this decreased metabolism. And again, if you're not exercising, you're not walking, then that's even, you know, even less on the back foot to be able to do that, right? So it goes to show that, you know, although it's 200 calories your BMR, you still got massive control on how much you move, how much you, what quality food you eat, and if you exercise. They give you much more better bang for your buck than it will just blaming your slow metabolism. You can blame it all you want, but it's 200 calories. You're actually in control of a lot more calories by your actions that you do on a daily basis. So next one, we'll muscle mass. Okay, so we depress muscle mass, not metabolism, and it's 100 calories a day. So you get the idea. Okay, your BMR is now 1,300 or 400 calories, and again, you have all control. So if I didn't exercise or do any of those things, then my calories for the day potentially are only about 1,400 or 1,500. And a lot of our clients, a lot of people over 40, don't do any exercise. They are very sedentary. They eat, you know, in such a bad diet that they don't get much thermic effect as well. So therefore, they can only eat 1,300, 1,400, 1,500 calories per day to be able to stay on track. But they do eat much more than that. Okay, and if you eat much more than that, it means your calories are out of balance. So that's why we always encourage exercising. We encourage to walk around more, because you can absolutely control those things better than you can just relying on your metabolism. And that's the frustrations that and people have. And when you're looking at this stuff as well, you've got to be mindful of the kind of calorie dense foods that you eat as well, because they will really push this stuff over. So milk in your tea could be 20 calories. Butter is 10 grams of 70 calories. Mayonnaise per serve is like 226 calories. Ketchup, 30 calories. Salad dressing, 200 calories, 95 calories. So you can see that just by not even understanding the kind of nutritional side of things as well, you're going to be blowing up your calorie budget based on where you're at without even realizing, okay? So really, that's kind of the end of this sort of little video. But if you have any questions about this stuff, leave a comment down below this video and I will do my best to answer all the questions. But hopefully this gives you some idea of how your body uses calories on a daily basis, and actually the impact that you have, you know, whether you exercise and the things within your control have much bigger bearing on your success than your slow metabolism does, because you can't really do a huge amount about that. So have a great day, guys, and I will see you on the next video.